where the international system is being challenged with unprecedented threats. Interconnectedness among us has multiplied the effects of those challenges and requires unified and collective responses based on norms and principles of international law. We should stay united in the face of existing and growing challenges and endeavor to make our movement be capable of and sufficiently equipped in coping with them. 4 years ago, at the 18th summit of the NAM held in Baku, the Republic of Azerbaijan assumed the chairmanship of the movement, which, I can proudly say, in the past few years have become one of the key players in international relations. As the outgoing chair of the non-aligned movement, Azerbaijan has spared no efforts towards further increasing the effectiveness of and strengthening unity within the movement. I truly believe that the Kampala summit will become a privileged opportunity for us to take stock of the progress of our work achieved since NAM Baku summit and to further advance the objectiveness set therein. Before starting our deliberations, I want to draw your attention to the following. The list of leaders of the non-aligned movement member states who passed away since the 18th summit of the non-aligned movement held in Baku, the Republic of Azerbaijan, on 25-26 October 2019, has been circulated among all delegations. I invite all participants of this summit to stand and observe a minute of silence in tribute to the memory of those who lost their lives. We can now proceed to our deliberations. The provisional agenda for the summit has been circulated among all delegations. Can I consider that there are no objections to the agenda? That seems to be the case, and the agenda of the summit is hereby adopted. Since the start of our chairmanship, we have been giving special attention to strengthening movements coordination in Geneva, Vienna, Nairobi, Paris, and The Hague, bearing in mind the central role of the Coordinating Bureau in New York. Periodic ambassadorial level meetings at all UN headquarters, where the NAM is operational, took place, allowing the movement to timely react to situations affecting its member states. With the successful coordination of the chairmanship, hundreds of statements, communiques, summit-level and ministerial-level declarations have been agreed. Resolutions in the UN General Assembly and in the UN Human Rights Council put forward by NAM member states have been adopted. The official website and social network accounts of the chairmanship reflect more detailed information on the above listed activities. It is worth to state that our chairmanship in NAM coincided with COVID-19 outbreak. Azerbaijan, as a non-chairing country, played a key role in consolidating our efforts within movement towards combating this pandemic. We managed to transform pandemic-related challenges into cooperation opportunities. The pandemic has dramatically affected the situation in the world and brought new realities. In this regard, I would like to recall with honor and appreciation the successful global initiatives put forward by the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan in his capacity as NAM chair in response to COVID-19 pandemic, which have received broad international recognition and support. Summit-level meeting of NAM contact group in response to COVID-19 on 4 May 2020, establishment of the database of basic medical and humanitarian needs of NAM member states, convening of the UN General Assembly special session on COVID-19, and the adoption of UN Human Rights Council and UN General Assembly resolutions on universal, equitable and affordable access to COVID-19 vaccines are being recalled with particular appreciation in this regard. The pandemic once again demonstrated that the challenges of this scale could be overcome only with solidarity and international cooperation. And the solidarity shown by the NAM countries throughout the pandemic was exemplary. Those initiatives have not only tested responsiveness and appealability of our movement to the growing challenges, but also contributed to its increased visibility. They increased opportunities of NAM member states to receive international assistance, ensured equitable access to vaccines, strengthened capacities of NAM member states to address consequences of the pandemic, and demonstrated the solidarity and effectiveness of our movement to the world. Taking into consideration that the African countries and small island developing states are among the countries most affected by the COVID-19 pandemic, the President of Azerbaijan, in his capacity as the chair of the non-aligned movement, has announced the 2 global calls in support of post-pandemic recovery of African and CIS countries. As a first contributor under the calls, the President announced a donation of $1 million by Azerbaijan for each of the calls. Excellencies, over the past 4 years, Azerbaijan also succeeded in promoting the institutional development of the NAM. Establishment in 2021, the NAM Parliamentary Network is on the way to becoming an important asset for promotion of ideals and principles of the NAM, multilateralism, dialogue and interparliamentary cooperation. It will undoubtedly help achieve wider awareness and development of the values of our movement among the populations of NAM, and provide significant input of parliamentarians in addressing the issues of concern for member states. In a very important move, Azerbaijani chairmanship has also proposed the establishment of the NAM Women's Platform, a framework cooperation among NAM member states on the empowerment of women and advancing the rights of women. Convening of NAM Conference on advancing the rights and empowerment of women in fall of 2023 in Azerbaijan was a first step towards this end. It is worth to note that with support of member states, Azerbaijani chairmanship reinvigorated the implementation of the right to development as an inalienable human right. With adoption of resolution on the right to development at Human Rights Council in October of 2023, the draft International Covenant on the Right to Development was submitted to the UN General Assembly for its consideration, negotiation and subsequent adoption. Excellencies, I am also delighted to share that during Azerbaijani chairmanship, we had certain milestone achievements towards enlargement of the movement. During our chairmanship, the non-aligned movement has been expanded in both its membership and observer composition. At the mid-term NAM Ministerial Summit held in Baku, the Russian Federation was granted an observer status in the movement. At the ministerial meeting of NAM Coordinating Bureau held in Baku in July 2023, we have agreed to forward the request of South Sudan, the only non-NAM member state from African continent, for full-fledged membership in the non-aligned movement to the Kampala summit. Admission of the South Sudan will be the first expansion of NAM membership in 13 years, bringing the number of member states to 121. This proves a growing validity and increased importance of our movement in the international relations system. Azerbaijani chairmanship has made consistent efforts to promote the practice of demonstrating support to nominations of NAM member states to various positions in the international organizations. Among other chairmanship activities, Azerbaijan has also revitalized the coordinating mechanism of member states within UNESCO by organizing regular ambassadorial meetings, special events, and establishment of database of nominations of member states to the elected positions at UNESCO. We have established NAM Caucus within UNESCO Executive Board. As part of our activities within NAM Paris chapter, we have also established NAM Caucus within International Organization of Francophonie. Azerbaijan chairmanship has also attached particular importance to the development efforts of the NAM member states. Upon the decree of the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, we have provided scholarship opportunities for students from NAM member states to enroll in undergraduate, graduate, and other degree programs in more than 20 colleges and universities of the country. Excellencies, these were some highlights from multidimensional and intense activities of Azerbaijani NAM chairmanship from 2019 to 2024. Excellencies, at this historic moment, after 4 years of proudly chairing the movement, we are handing over the chairmanship to the Republic of Uganda with a rich, substantial and institutional legacy. We are confident that Uganda will spare no effort towards further enhancing the role and visibility of the movement and strengthening unity among its member states. I would like to reiterate that although our chairmanship came to an end, our passion and determination for the success of NAM will always remain strong. We will continue to contribute to a just cause pursued by the movement within the NAM Troika. I wish the distinguished friends from Uganda all the best in their chairmanship and express our readiness to extend all the necessary support in this process. Azerbaijan is proud to take over a new important international responsibility. In fall 2024, Baku will be hosting the 29th Conference of Parties to the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change. As the host of COP29, we rely on precious support by the NAM member states and look forward to welcoming you to Azerbaijan. I thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, the next item in the agenda is election by acclamation of the chair of the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of NAM. I propose the distinguished delegations to elect by acclamation His Excellency, Mr. Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, as chair of the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of NAM. So I declare His Excellency Mr. Yoweri Museveni as the chair of the 19th Summit of the Heads of State and Government of NAM. I invite His Excellency to assume his chairmanship. The floor is yours, Mr. Chair, and thank you very much.